Step 1. Making
now
the
we're
zine.
gonna fold the papers to make the zine, and we're gonna make the zine out of papers that are folded, and we're gonna fold, and just keep on folding them, and fold the paper, and then we cut the papers, and we cut the papers, and we cut the papers, and slice the papers, and we cut the papers, and kind of actually in quarters, cut the papers up, and we cut the papers up, and cut the papers up, cut up, so we cut the papers up. Yeah, and then we cut the papers, and we cut the papers to make the zine, and we're gonna make the zine out of papers that are folded. We're gonna fold them, and we're gonna fold the papers, we're gonna just keep on folding them.
Step 2. Cut out all the doodles.
Hello,
Step 3.
or good afternoon.
Assemble
or
the
good night. Today I'm going to be finishing up a project from October. I've been sick lately, so bear with me if I sound a little funky or my voice goes a little funny or I do some of these or some sniffles. But yeah, so this was a project that I'd been working on for a month or two. Back in October, I was excited to do this because I was thinking of Inktober, but I'm gonna call this Drawtober for legal reasons because I'm too lazy to go through the copyright stuff. So this is Drawtober, or Drawloween, whatever you may want to call it. I had the idea to put everything together into a zine so that all of my drawings can be in one place. And in the past, I have never finished Drawloween. Yeah, in the past, I maybe only made it to day 18, but the rest of the days I just kind of forgot about it or was too lazy to do it. Or I did that thing where I'm like, okay, well, I'll just do 2 drawings today or 2 drawings tomorrow. But instead, this day I actually did every single day, and I even did a few more than that. I made about 38 drawings, so I'm super proud of myself for actually following through because I know as an artist sometimes it's hard to do that, but this was something that I was really passionate about and really excited about, like to see the results of. So I decided to compile all of them into a zine. So I'm deciding that it's a lot easier to cut out all of the small pictures and doodles that I've drawn because it's easier to bring to work. So it's easier to make little doodles and stuff at work versus trying to figure out, bringing a sketchbook, and then I have to open the sketchbook every day and like close it and like put it away at work and stuff. And I figured it'd just be easier if I can just draw on the job. And while I draw on the job, I can just cut out all the little pieces and put them all together. Kind of in like a collage format, which is why I really do like zines, because I find that the collage format is really appealing to me, because I like taking the best of every little thing and putting it into something better. So yeah, as we go on, I'm trying to put all of the pictures together in a way that's cohesive and that looks pretty and nice. Because I work in the food industry, a lot of these are food themed. A lot of it was just the first thing that I would see. The first thing that I'd see, I'd be like, okay, how can I make that into a doodle? And I would do it. So like bread or pancakes or whatever. And I had a lot of fun with making all the doodles. My inspiration was kind of all over the place. I was kind of just like, okay, it doesn't have to be a theme because I might just get art block and not want to do it. So I was like, okay, just draw what you feel like drawing day by day. And inspiration hits me pretty differently day to day. Some days I might draw more things with googly eyes, or sometimes I might draw more things with faces, or it might just be more inanimate objects. But I do really like eyeballs. Step 4, we gotta make it groovy, we gotta make it fun, we gotta doodle and stuff all around. I figured it'd be kind of boring if it was just the pictures. So I was like, let's have them tell a story. So this is often what I do in my sketchbook. Draw one thing, and then that thing will be like the focal point, right? And then I draw all around it so that it tells a story or kind of makes everything look nice and put together, versus just like one doodle in the middle of nothing and then it's like empty space. So I do very much like the crowded type of doodling where it's a little bit messy and all over the place. I did really like this one spot where I was like, okay, I have a brain, right? Let's make it think outside of the box. Because I was thinking, okay, how can I make this work? Like, should I put it inside of a head, or what should I do? So I was like, it'd be so funny if it looked like it was jumping outside of a box. So it's like, you're thinking outside of the box. Yeah, and then I have my little sock puppet, and he's just a little guy. I really do like sock puppets because I feel like they're just like little people, but they don't take things too seriously because they're
Socks.
It's just a sock. It's just a sock. It's just eyeballs on it. It's just a sock. It's just a sock with eyeballs on it. So I figured it'd be funny to be like, has anyone seen my other socks? Or like my other hand. And I was kind of pulling from the idea of like, anyone need a hand? Anyone need a hand? Anyone need a hand? Anyone need a hand? 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 I like that saying, like, need a hand, and then you give someone like a hand or something. A hand? 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 So now we have the lemons. I figured it'd be funny to name one of them Michael, because Michael Myers and then Meyer lemons are a thing, and I figured that'd be such a funny like thing to name a lemon. But then we have the bagel from Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. I need to make my mom watch that movie because I cried during it and I want her to cry too, but in a good way, I liked the meaning of the movie, which is like, don't take things too seriously. Don't take it too seriously, enjoy life as it comes. Now on to the little men. I figured it'd be cute to have them be in like a little photo shoot because they're so pretty. Wow, look at them. Wow, so pretty. Look at them. Look at my handsome little boys. Wow, look at my handsome little boys. Wow, look at them. Look at my handsome little boys. Wow, handsome little. And then we have bread and we have my pancakes. And sometimes in my journal, which I decided to incorporate into this zine, is that I will write poems and such because sometimes I like to make words rhyme and stuff. I like word association, and sometimes words just link one to another. And sometimes it's nice to just have a little word section to spice up the sketch session. Yeah, so I find that really fun to do. Oh, no. Sometimes that happens where I'll just start. I'll just put the pen to the paper, and the drawing just finishes by itself. I'm not lying at all. And then I figured for this one, it'd be funny to do a worm on a string. And I didn't even realize until I was like doodling on this page that worms and fish kind of go together because people use worms as bait, right, for fish. So I figured, oh my gosh, wait, it all links together and it's kind of cute. So I decided to put them all together and kind of make the pages linked in a way. By putting hooks and stuff everywhere. I'm not a fan of this fish. I think I could have done better on it. It looks kind of funky, but I do kind of like that it has a mustache, and it looks a little bit unique, but I don't really like it. Also, it's supposed to have a nose at the front of it, if you're wondering what that is. That's supposed to be a nose, but I drew it kind of janky, and I like to draw noses, but this one just didn't really turn out. But that's okay. I think it all worked out pretty well together. I've actually never caught a fish in my life. Anytime I've gone fishing, it's kind of bad luck because even if someone's found like a bunch of fish in one pond, they've been like, oh, let's go fishing. This place has so many fish this time of year. Anytime me or part of my family goes, we're kind of bad luck and we make sure they never catch fish. It's kind of funny. But yeah, and so now we have cow and cheese. And so I was thinking, okay, there's cheese, there's a cow, let's put it together. So I was like, the cheese stands alone, like that one rhyme or whatever. And then we have our silly little cow, and I do love cows a lot. I'm actually vegetarian, not that anyone asked, but part of the reason I am is because I love cows too much. They're so beautiful and they're so sweet and they're so big and majestic and I love them. But yeah, and then we have Chef Mike and he's just cooking it up. He's chilling. I figured I would draw like just a little chef guy, but he looks like a little kid, but he's like, the best in his business. He knows what he's doing. And yeah, so I figured, let's draw an expert chef man, and he can cook whatever he wants, whenever he wants, because he's just that cool. He's just that awesome. And yeah, I figured it'd be funny just to make him like a little kid, kind of, but yeah. And oh, same thing for this guy. I figured that I would make a drawing of like kind of like a little kid or like a monkey or something, as a detective, because I think it's cute whenever like little kids dress up as like what they're gonna be when they're older and stuff. Like career day or whatever at school and stuff. And I thought it would just be super cute. And then the guy on the right, little dude, little pal, he's on a runway, because I was like, let's make him high fashion. And yeah, so I was gonna put that the detective is saying like, oh, I'm trying to find the audacity, which I think I might have drawn in this, I don't remember, but he's walking the runway, he's rocking the runway. They're an icon. He's just chilling, he's the runway, he's rocking the runway. And you might see my head pop in a little bit. Yeah, it'll happen every now and then. Oh, I did end up writing it. Okay, cute. But yeah, so they're he's just chilling. They're marvelous. They're rocking the runway. He's rocking the runway. They're fashion icon. He's rocking the runway. Doing his thing. Strut the runway. They're marvelous. They're fabulous. He's walking the runway. He's rocking the runway. Okay, it's so cute. But yeah, and then we have this little clown guy. I wasn't really sure what to do with him, so I just kind of drew around him and was like, it'll be cute. I was like, it could be like an album cover, Sweet Talks. And then we have another runway guy. This time it's a cyclops. They're just chilling. They're just doing their thing. But yeah, I do really like the drawing on the left, because I feel like it's kind of cartoonish in a way. It feels like old Disney style cartoon. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say Disney, because I don't know if I'll get copyrighted for saying it. But yeah, I figured, like I like that type of style, especially like Spinel from Steven Universe. I love her like just entire aesthetic. How she's just kind of wacky and goofy, but like also has like a sad undertone to her. And I feel like that's kind of how a lot of my art is. It's just kind of a sad undertone, but it's a little joyous. It's a little goofy. It's fun. Doing his thing. Yeah, he's just chilling. They're marvelous. They're fabulous. Fashion rocking the runway. He's rocking the runway. He's just chilling. He's just the runway. They're marvelous. They're fabulous. He's just chilling. His runway. And then I had this idea for a star skull. I figured it'd be really cute to do like a skull-shaped star, or a star-shaped skull. Yeah, that. And then for this, I just kind of drew doodles around it, because I wasn't really sure what to draw with it. So sometimes if that ever happens, I just start drawing swirls or stars or just little doodles, because I feel like that makes things a little bit easier to make it all look put together and nice. So as you can see, we have little swirls going around. And then I figured for the sun on the right, he'd be kind of like spinning, like a spinning sun. Yeah. Ooh, we have the birds going. Oh, they're so cute. They're so sweet. But yeah, I do have a fascination with skulls. I find death quite interesting. Not in like a creepy, weird way. I like skulls because they represent a phase of life, There's life and then death and then rebirth and then life and death and rebirth again. And I find that quite fascinating. And then we have our next drawing. So we have intrusive thoughts. I don't know what was going on that day. That day was kind of bad. I just felt like garbage. And I'm not really sure why. It was just not a good day for me. But, I pushed through it, and so I'm proud of myself for that. Sometimes you just gotta keep on keeping on. And then we have the little man on the left, where he's just sweating and he's nervous or something. Or maybe he's hungry and tasty. Now we have our little angel man. I love biblically accurate angels because I find them really beautiful. There's so many eyes on them, and I love eyes. And then the wings is just so ethereal and beautiful. And again, with the skulls. I found this skull quite interesting because I was like, ooh, like ghost peppers. So I decided to draw a ghost pepper that day. And then now we have a little man. And for this one, I was like, okay, let's put the two bald men together. So I was like, okay, this man has an idea. So he's like, I have an idea. And then that's why the light bulb is there as well. I thought it'd be really cute. And they both got brains. They both got brawn. Well, at least the one on the right has brawn a little bit, just a little bit of muscle. And I like disproportionately drawn people, which is why his arms are so long. I kind of have a fascination with monkeys, so I thought it'd be cute to draw just like little monkeys, monkey doodles. And now on to the last page. I was like, I'm gonna draw a little pickle man, and he's gonna be a ninja. I have a little candle because I was thinking like, oh, I don't feel burnt out anymore. So it was really fun collaging everything all together, trying to find a way to make them all work, I guess, and make them kind of tell like a little bit of a story. It's kind of gotten me back into drawing again. Good night.
Take care. See
you later. Good night.
Adios.
Take care. Good night.
See you later.
Adios. Good night.